So in today's video, I'm going to be reviewing some new tactical pants that I've purchased. But before I get into that, I have a few tips to just share right off the bat. Obviously, you get what you pay for. So if I normally spend $60 to $90 on a pair of pants, and I'm only spending $30, granted the quality is going to be inferior. I get that, okay? But I had some extra money in my Amazon account and I decided, hey, I want to try some of these inexpensive tactical pants, which come to find out they're really hiking pants. They're really not tactical pants. That's the first thing. If they say ripstop and they're inexpensive, they're probably not going to be a high quality ripstop, which I will show you later in the video. Second thing I would have you do is make sure you look at the sizing. So the first pair of pants I ordered took the term spandex to a whole different level. These were so tight. When I put them on, my wife laughed at me because they were so tight. So I ended up having to send them back. And I ended up ordering a dark gray in the same style of pants, and they fit completely different. And then I ended up buying a khaki pair, same size as I bought before, but they were actually more roomy in the thigh. So I don't know, granted it's a Chinese company. I don't know how the sizing thing is figured out. The sizing is gonna be odd. I did see on some of the other Amazon reviewers that people had to go a size up than they normally would wear just to get them to fit. Now, as you saw from the intro video, I do own a lot of tactical pants. So I wanted to start this review of these 4 pairs of tactical pants to let you know that these are in no way in the same category as 511. But with that being said, these are really nice hiking pants. However, I wouldn't be going through the brush with these pants. If you're on a trail, they're gonna work just perfect. Obviously, since they are thinner, these are gonna be more ideal for warmer climates. When the temperature starts to drop, they get cold because they are very breathable. So whatever the temperature is on the outside, it's gonna be on the inside as well. And sometimes with those thicker tactical pants, it can get kind of balmy down below. Whereas with these pants, they have actually venting systems in multiple locations. Some have them behind the knees and some of them have them in the crotch, or some of them have them in the crotch and the knees. So without wasting any more of your time, I'm gonna actually review each of the pants in order. I'm gonna start off with the CQR Runyon pants. Now, when I was shopping for tactical pants, I didn't want to spend a lot of money, so these are the ones that appeared in my search on Amazon. And what I do is I always like to look at the reviews, and actually I bought these CQR pants even though I saw some of the bad reviews and that they would not hold up. And then there's a lot of Amazon reviews and pictures out there that show that they just don't hold up. But I mean, for 20, 30 bucks, I thought I'll give them a shot. Just to give you a little insight into who I am, I wear tactical pants every day of the week. So I'm gonna be wearing these on a regular basis. So I wanna make sure they're gonna hold up. I already have a ton of 511 tactical pants, which I can wear during the colder temperatures. Whereas with these, I'm probably not gonna wear these very often during the winter months. But I do have to stop and talk about the companies that I tried to reach out to develop a partnership with these 2 companies. The first thing I'll say, this video is not sponsored by 511, CQR, or Free Soldier. This is on my own accord. This is gonna be an honest and open and completely transparent video review. With that being said, CQR's customer service is non-existent. I reached out to them numerous times, first through their website and then also through their Amazon store, and I never heard a reply back. On the contrary, I reached out to Free Soldier and they got back to me right away. The only downside is, and I'm not saying this to be derogatory, they are a Chinese company and maybe they don't understand English, so it was a really hard conversation to have over email. So in talking about the CQR Runyon pants, the first thing I liked is they are vented behind the knee and also in the crotch. The other thing I liked about them is the pockets, both the top pockets and the side cargo pockets, they're mesh on the inside. So they're very breathable. I don't know what the big draw of having a YKK zipper is, but all of these pants use a YKK zipper for the crotch. On the zippered pockets, on the cargo pockets, they do not. On the Runyon pant, the right pocket is zippered with a keeper, and the pocket on the left thigh is double stitched on the top, so it has a flap. They do have an elastic waistband, which is very nice if you end up getting a size that's too small, and they can be a little tighter through the thigh. Okay, so now let me talk about the cons of the Runyon pants. First thing, they are wrinkle magnets. I can wash them, put them in the dryer, and get them right out of the dryer, and it looks like I slept in them. In my job, I have to look a little professional, and I cannot arrive to work looking like I just rolled out of bed wearing these pants, but they wrinkle super easy. I do have a love-hate relationship with the left side cargo pocket. I like zippered pockets, or I like pockets where I know things are going to be secure. Yes, it has the flap that will cover it, but I just don't feel very secure having something in that pocket. If it's something I need secure, I'm going to put it in the right pocket so I know I can zipper it. As far as the back pockets, I really wish they would have used the same technology on the left side cargo pocket on the back pockets. Having a back pocket that's just open doesn't leave it very secure for anything that you put in there. Now let's talk about the Free Soldier tactical pants. The first thing I noticed about these pants, they are a thicker material than the CQR Runyon pants, which means they wrinkle a lot less. These ones can come right out of the dryer and still look brand new. Most all of the pockets and seams are double stitched. Whereas you probably saw in the video before when I was showing the Runyons up close, some of the pleats on the cargo pocket, the stitching is already coming out. It comes with a cheap tactical belt. The thing I love about the Free Soldier is both cargo pockets are zippered and have a flap to cover the zipper. So they look a lot more professional. All of the pockets are mesh lined, so they're going to be very breathable. And of course, just like the other pants, they have a YKK zipper. The only two things that frustrated me about the Free Soldier pants, one has to be the cargo pockets. The cargo pockets actually are not on the side of the pants. The whole pocket is on the top of the thigh. So if you have a phone in your pocket, you're not going to be able to get it out while you're sitting down. You're definitely going to have to stand up to get it out. So it just feels awkward that when you're sitting, that if you have something in a pocket, it's literally on top of your thigh. Which if they would have just rotated the pocket half the way, so half of it was on the back and half of it was on the front, it would have been so much better. But the thing that's the most frustrating about the Free Soldier pants has to be the belt loop system. This system, I don't know who designed this system, and I wanted to reach out to them to provide them some really good feedback. But like I said, the communication between English and Chinese just doesn't really work that well. We'll just chalk it up to that. But these are people that have probably never had to actually wear tactical pants. So the looping system on the Free Soldier, you have about a 3-inch strip, which you'll see in the video, 3-inch strip on the side. So trying to feed the belt through that is kind of difficult. Have you ever had a hoodie where the string actually gets sucked back into the hood, or a pair of sweatpants where you lose one end of the string and it's inside the sweats? You're trying to fish that out. That's exactly what it feels like when you're trying to feed this belt through. Now it gets even worse. So what they did is on the side, they have a perfect smaller little 1-inch belt loop. But then when you get to the back side, they have 2 8-inch strips that actually you have to try to feed the belt through. And it has a little 1-inch gap at the backside where you got to feed this through. This is something you're definitely not going to put a belt on with the pants on. You have to feed the belt through before. Now, granted, it comes with a cheap tactical belt, but if you're like me, that's the first thing I'm going to pull out and try to use either my own tactical belt or my other belts for work. So it was so frustrating trying to feed this belt through, because on the underside of those belt loops is the belt actually contacts that, and you can't get it through the other side. So it's a really big pain in the butt. But now let me tell you about the pair of pants that I absolutely love. And they are the CQR Rocky cargo pants. So they are actually a thicker material than the Runyons. So means that they're not going to wrinkle as easy. Now these pants are only vented in the crotch and not behind the knee. Both of the cargo pants have zippered pockets, and they have keepers to hold the zippers in place. All of the pockets on the Rocky cargo pants are just like the Runyons. They're mesh on the inside, which makes them breathable. The back pockets actually have the flap on there with a double sewn pocket, so it actually holds things in the pocket. They too have an elastic waistband. The only thing that I found wrong with these, well, I should say, there's only 2 things that I found wrong with these pants. One is some of the sewing, especially on the pleated part of the cargo pocket. You can see where you'll see in the video where it's already starting to come apart, which I haven't had these pants for very long. And I really hope that doesn't tell me that they're going to actually fail a lot sooner than I had hoped. The other issue I have with these pants is they come in 8 different colors, all of which are colors I probably would not buy. Out of all the colors, this jet gray is probably the only one I would buy. The colors come in hazelnut, police navy, amber, black, burnt orange, fuscous green, glaucose, lichen, tan. Well, to wrap up this video of the 4 tactical pants that I reviewed today, here are my final takeaways. Remember, you're going to get what you paid for. You cannot believe that you're going to get the 511 tactical pant quality in a $30 pair of pants. All of these pants that I reviewed in this video are more like hiking pants than they are tactical. I honestly don't think that they are truly ripstop, and I would be very scared to take these out into the wilderness. Out of all the 4 that are reviewed today, I don't think any of them will last as long as my 511 tactical pants have. I did love the material in the Free Soldier and the CQR Rocky cargo pants. Another thing I liked about the Free Soldier and the Rocky pants were the zippered cargo pockets, and especially the ones that had the flap, and then also the zipper keeper. And in purchasing anything, my best advice is to always read the reviews. Some of the reviewers, like me, will include pictures and videos that will actually cover the quality and the fit of the pants. As always, if you like the video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Smash that subscribe button and click the bell notification. This way you'll get notified each time that I drop a new video. Thanks for watching the video, and I hope the content that you got in this video will help you when purchasing your new tactical or hiking pants. Have a great day, and I'll catch you in the next video. Inexpensive hiking pants, but I wanted to try some. Secondly, what I would do is make sure, okay, that's what. So the first pair that you're not going to ever bump, but just to show you how durable these 511 ripstop pants, just to show you, my wife and I were, and I knew we would be staying in Vancouver the day before our cruise. There's this one famous spot on the trail. So I wanted to start the review. CQR. The first thing I will say is CQR does not have it. But now let you drink first. They do only have, I wonder if you're going to hear the heater. Probably are. So I'm probably going to have to stop and wait for it. All of the pockets on, oh my gosh. All of the pockets on the breathable, cooler, what am I trying to come up with? Another thing that I really liked was the fact that the pockets in the cargo. Another thing that I liked about these and in some of the reviewers, like me, include videos and photos that cover how the some of the reviewers even include videos. Some of the reviewers, like me, will include videos and pictures to show you how the why can't I get this done? Some of the reviewers, like me, Now, as you saw from the intro video, I do own a lot of tactical pants. That came with the job that I had before. Typically on any given year, I would be able to order 2 to 3 pairs of tactical pants because I was the trainer of our mine rescue competition team. See, I was in charge of ordering all the apparel. After so many years of training the competition team, we tried to go cheaper tactical pants, but they just did not work as well. The ones that we stayed with were 511. Now, these 4 versions of the pants I reviewed today are going to be nowhere near the quality and thickness of the 511 pants. So if you're looking for quality, that's the brand I would pick. If you're looking for something that's light, that you want to wear hiking, that you're never going to bump up against something that could possibly rip your pants, I would stay away from these. But for light pants, these are going to work for you. Originally, the pant we went with was the 511 TDU cargo pants. They are a thicker ripstop pant. They are wider through the thigh. You have a lot more room in those. And then as a trainer, what I ended up going to were the 511 tack-light pants. The reason why I liked these is because they had multiple pockets, and you'll see that in the video. All of the 511 pants that I have Velcro closing pockets, both the side cargo pockets and with the tack-light pockets, the small upper pocket, it has Velcro as well. Pockets in the back, Velcro. Difference between the tack-light pants and the TDU 511 pants is on the TDU cargo pants, the back pocket has a flap. With the tack-light pants, they're actually an open pocket and they're more of an angled pocket, but they do have a Velcro closure. Plus, the tack-light pants has a strap on the back side above the pocket where you could hang a carabiner or keys or something like that. Just to show you how durable these 511 ripstop tactical pants are, first let me tell you a story. My wife and I were on our anniversary trip up to Canada this past summer. I knew we'd be staying in Vancouver a couple days before we met our kids and went on our Alaskan cruise. I had a friend of mine that actually lived in Vancouver, and I was asking her if there were any kind of really cool hikes to go on. And the one that she came back to me with was called the Chief. The Steamus Chief Trail is a 3.4 mile loop hike that has an elevation change of over 2,100 feet. It is one of the largest monolith granite structures in the world. Now, if you've never heard of this hike, trust me, it's not for the faint of heart. When we started the hike, everything was going well. You're hiking in these beautiful caverns, going up steps and stairs and rocks and boulders. When we first started this hike, it was just a general gradual ascent, and they even had some stairs. So I was thinking, man, this is going to be fairly easy. Well, that's when the fun stopped and the hardness of this trail took shape. So when we started this hike, it was an overcast day, kind of cloudy. The sun would peek out every once in a while. But as we got closer to the top and we broke through the timberline, we were standing on a granite mountain, literally, and that's when the rain started. Well, I don't know if you've ever been around granite. When it's wet, it becomes super slick. It kind of took away from the hike as we made it to the peak, and then it started raining. So we didn't spend a lot of time up on top of the peak. Literally, when you had to go back down, you were going down on your butt. You were literally sliding down this structure to get back to flat ground. There's one famous spot on the trail as you're going up that it has a chain that's actually bolted into the rock to help you crawl up this crevasse. Well, when we were coming down, there was a family of 5 or 6 people that were using the chain to climb up the structure. And I was standing there by myself. My wife was a little lower than me. Then I did something that was probably pretty stupid. As I was waiting for this family to get off the chain, I ended up stepping over my right foot with my left foot. So literally, I only had one point of contact with the ground. And that's when my foot slipped out from underneath me. I fell on my butt and was sliding down this granite crevasse until I came to rest on my right tricep up against a tree. My wife is obviously, she's worried about me and she asked, "Hey, are you okay? Okay." And I knew my ego was probably more damaged than anything on my body. And I said, no, I'm fine. I'm fine. And I waited for the family to pass. And then I finally stood up. And that's when I noticed I actually ripped my ripstop pants, which I've never had happen.